Looking at our world from a theological perspective. This is the Theology Central Podcast, making theology central.
Welcome, everyone. It is Friday, January the 14th, 2022. It is currently 5:02 p.m. Central Time. I don't even remember what I said anymore. I don't even remember. I'm sitting here looking at an app that someone just told me about. And as I'm trying to give the introduction, I'm sitting here looking at this app going, this looks very interesting. And then all of a sudden realize, wait, I'm supposed to be giving my introduction. Let me try that again. I don't even know what I said. Welcome, everyone. I think I got the date right. It is Friday, January the 14th, 2022. It is currently 5:02 p.m. Central Time, and I'm coming to you live from the empty sanctuary of Victory Baptist Church right here in the middle of nowhere, Texas. And I'm sitting here looking at an app that I want to tell you about, an app that I hope you're going to find to be very useful, very beneficial, very interesting. Earlier today, I think it was this morning, someone sent me an email and they said, here's this app that I use. And they gave me the link and I immediately went and downloaded the app and I was like, whoa, this looks interesting. Let me tell everyone about it today when I do some live broadcasting. And then I got here and almost completely forgot about it. And I was getting ready to go live and do something else. And I looked down and go, oh, yeah, that app. I forgot to tell everyone about the app. So let me tell you about the app. I apologize. Let's just start completely over. Take two. Welcome, everyone. It is Friday, or is this take three? Welcome, everyone. It is Friday, January the 14th, 2022. It is currently 5:03 p.m. Central Time. I'm coming to you from the empty sanctuary of Victory Baptist Church, located right here in the middle of nowhere, Texas. And I am here to tell you today about an app that you will want to download right now. So grab your phones, grab your tablets, go to your app store of choice, the Google Play or the Apple App Store. Be ready because I think this will be very beneficial. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you think it would be super interesting, super beneficial, super helpful that when you're studying the Bible, that at some point in your study, you stopped what you were doing and you looked at commentaries about the passage you're studying, written not by people who live today, but by the early church fathers? That every verse that you're studying, you're like, what did the early church fathers have to say? What did the early church fathers have to say? Now, you could buy the 33 volume set of the church fathers and just try to read them, but obviously you can't just I'm studying Amos chapter 8, verse 1. What did the church fathers have to say? Well, then you have to go, well, wait a minute, is there an index here that gives me, and it would be crazy and time consuming to even try to find anything. But what if there was an app that all you had to do was look up Amos chapter 8, verse 1, and it would give you the commentary from the church fathers right there. And the app is absolutely free. Would you be interested in that? Would you be interested in that? I hope you would be, because I think this is very interesting. Here is the name of the app. The app is the Catena Bible and Commentaries app. C-A-T-E-N-A, Catena. I think that's how you would say that. Bible and Commentaries, C-A-T-E-N-A, C-A-T-E-N-A, the Catena Bible and Commentaries. That's what the app is called. Catena Bible and Commentaries. The app icon is a red background, a little white ribbon, for a bookmark, and then a cross that is that's in white. And it's not even filled in. It's the middle of the cross is in red, but the outline of it is in white, and the background is red. Catena Bible and Commentaries. All right. They updated it 4 months ago, announcing the New King James Version and the NIV Bible versions now available on Catena. God bless. That was 4 months ago. They're in version 5.1. This has 928 ratings at a 4.9 star rating. It's 156 in the chart. And what else? Let's read a little bit about this app. Here we go. Catena is the Bible with verse-by-verse commentary from the church fathers. This gives you insights on the scriptures by early Christian theologians whose faith is the basis of all Christians. Katina brings the faith that was taught by Christ, preached by the apostles, and kept by the fathers. Commentaries from the original church perspective speaks to the deeper experience and the roots of the authentic faith. If you're looking for authoritative guidance and interpreting scripture, understanding the early church and learning how to apply the word of God to your spiritual life, Katina will be a treasured resource for you. All right? Now, once you download the app, in fact, I'm going to delete the app because I want to go through the setup process one more time. Okay, hang on, let me delete it. Here we go. We're going to delete it. Remove the app. Now I'm going to go back to the App Store. Yes, I'm deleting it. Now I'm going to go, I go back to the App Store. Here we go. Now I'm going to download it. I'll see if it'll go back to the setup. You'll see something interesting in the setup that maybe you'll notice, maybe you will not notice. I'm waiting for it to pull up. Here we go. All right, here we go. Open. All right. Now it says Katina. Katina Bible, read with timeless wisdom. One tap, any verse, access to 10,000s of commentaries. Get started. I hit get started. Now, Katina has 60,000 commentaries from 250 church fathers. All right? So that's 60,000 commentaries. This is just what makes living at the time we live today is the most amazing thing. The early church would not even know what that was like. They can just grab an app and just boom, they have 60,000 commentaries. You couldn't even have 60,000 commentaries in your house. I mean, you couldn't even have a library that big, right? This is just amazing. So here's what you're going to notice. You can select a Christian tradition. In other words, you can focus on just commentaries from the West or commentaries from the East, fathers from the West or fathers from the East. I say don't do that. Start reading from all Christian traditions. You want to read all of them, East, West, North, South, you don't care, all right? So I'm going to click on start reading from all Christian traditions, and here we go. Welcome to Katina. Tap the verse to read Christian commentary from the last 2,000 years. Verses with a red number have commentaries. All right. So there we go. So I'm here. I'm going to click on here. Where do we want to go? I'm going to go to the Old Testament. Let's go to Genesis 3. I'm going to go down to verse 15. Oh, here we go. Genesis 3:15. And I'm going to read Genesis 3:15 to you. There's a reason I'm going to this verse. That I could tell you the whole story. Back when I was in I was at Grace University in Omaha, Nebraska, in a class on Genesis, and we got to Genesis 3:15, and World War III broke out in class. Okay, Genesis 3:15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. A lot of disagreements broke out about this verse. I won't get into all of that right now. But as soon as I clicked on it, it brings up Ambrose of Milan. Ambrose of Milan. What am I talking about? Ambrose of Milan. And what's awesome, it gives the date, AD 397. And it says, God judged that evil was to be held in check for a time rather than to be destroyed. So that he says to the serpent, I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and the seed of the woman. She shall watch for your head, and you for her heel. Where enmities remain, there remains discord and the desire to do harm. Where there is the desire to do harm, there evil is established. Therefore, there is discord. And it goes on, and you can just read everything here. It has a commentary from Augustine, AD 430. Has commentary from Ephraim, the Syrian, AD 373. Has commentary from Irenaeus of Lyons, AD 202. Now you're getting very early in church history, right? So there you have it. And then you can exit off. We go to Leviticus chapter 1. Let's just go to verse 3. There's not a commentary here, all right? So it gives you, verse 6, there's a commentary. And there you go. You can just go and look and see. It's just, I think it's awesome. You get all these commentaries from the early church, from the early church fathers, and the app is free. What they say, 60,000? I think they said 60,000 commentaries. Just imagine that at your fingertips. Now, please, you have to be prepared for this. Okay, so let me just offer this. And there's more I could point out from the app, but I want you to just go download it for yourself. Again, Catena, Catena, Bible and Commentaries. It's absolutely free. It makes available to you 60,000 commentaries, all from the church fathers, both from the East and from the West. You can, please just download it and start using it. But before you before you do anything, listen to what I'm going to say here. This is very important. When you start reading commentaries from the church fathers, don't expect the commentaries to look like commentaries that you're used to today. Not in every case, but in many cases, you'll look at and you'll be like, what are they saying? At times, you're going to see a very allegorical spiritualizing of the text. A lot of that was a dominant hermeneutic at that time, a very almost allegorical, spiritualize everything. And at times you're like, well, wait, what is the text actually saying? And they're kind of going for some like spiritual application, and this represents this and this represents that. Just be aware of that. When you look at the early church fathers, do this. This is very important. Don't try to understand them as as of a Christian who lives today. Don't try to do that. Let the church fathers be who the church fathers were. Understand what they're saying, and in light of what they're saying, don't try to rip it out of its context and say, see, this supports what I believe. Let the church fathers be who they are, and just try to understand what they're saying about the text. Just because they're the early church fathers doesn't mean they're infallible, doesn't mean they're always right. It shows you how the early church may have approached a verse, and you can see maybe how today people don't look at the verse anyway in a similar fashion. Why not? What changed? It just gives you a different perspective, and you can add that to your discussion as you're trying to work through a text and discussing it with people and trying to figure it out. It just adds to our conversation and discussion about the Bible. I'm going to try in some of our Bible study exercises at times to pull up the Catena Bible and commentary app and see what some church father had to say about that. Now, I look to the church fathers a lot. I have right here down from me the Ancient Faith Study Bible with all the study notes are from the early church fathers. But it's not extensive, obviously, that they can only quote like one father on one verse. Here can give you 10 quotes from 10 different fathers, which gives you more access and more information. What's interesting is to see, well, did everyone agree? Did everyone disagree? Oh, wait, there was disagreement even at that time? God, how could that be? There's no way that could happen. Yeah, it's always been that way. And it's just it's also going to be insight into hermeneutics. I have here, where do I have it? I don't think I have it at this table. I think it's at the front of the church. It's a book on hermeneutics. I always tell everyone in my church to read it constantly. I'm always griping, nobody will read this book. Like I sound like an old guy saying, get off my yard. But I'm always saying, read this book. And nobody ever does. But it's somewhere in the church floating around. But it's a book on like Protestant biblical interpretation. And it goes through all the different schools of hermeneutics, like a Jewish allegorical method, the early church allegorical, all these different methods. And it just shows you that so many different hermeneutical methods have been utilized in the early church. And when you read the church fathers, you get exposed in a way to those different, you're like, wait, what is that? What in the world is that church father doing? Oh, that they're interpreting it from that school of hermeneutics. And then you'll read another church father and you're like, wait, what are they? Oh, they're trying a different approach. And all of that has influenced everything that you hear and read today. It's been influenced by those different schools of thought. The more you study hermeneutics and the different types of hermeneutics, the more you can identify what kind of hermeneutic is being put forth by those early church fathers. You're like, why? They handled that text in a very allegorical way or a very non-literal way, or that was kind of, they didn't even really explain what the verse means. They just went with straight application. Like, you'll see lots of little interesting things as you look at it. But please download it right now. Let me go back to this one more time. Katina, Bible and Commentaries. The app was put together by someone by the name of David. I'm just going to spell his last name, Salib. I'm just going to make sure that it shows up fine for you. As far as I know, it should be available. I don't know if anyone is currently listening live. If you're listening live and you're using an Android device, if you could just click on the little chat icon really quick and say, I went to the Google Play Store and it's there. Okay. If you could just verify that it's available for Android devices. I know it's available for an iOS device because, well, I'm looking at it right here on my iPad. So I know that it is available. I could read some of the reviews on it, but I think you'll get the idea. Download it, use it, share it. And for those who participate in the Bible study exercises, I hope, see, it is there. Okay. All right. So someone says it is there. Whoa, this is fantastic. Thank you, mystery emailer. Yeah, so to the person who emailed this, thank you. I was not even aware of this existed. This is awesome. I have somewhere, I was starting to buy like volumes of, there's a series for like the early church father commentary series, but they're like, I don't know, $40 a piece. It was some crazy. This is like, whoa. This is awesome. So thank you so very much for that. That is awesome. So we're going to use it. And what I was going to say, for those who participate in the Bible study exercises, I feel some new homework coming on. Don't you feel some new homework? I feel new homework coming on. And for those who are part of the Discord Theology Central discussion group, oh yes, I think we could use some of this for our discussions. So we're going to make good use of this one way or the other. I want to just keep looking around, but I don't have time. Because we got other things to do. So, and obviously, I need to get better. Hey, I'm talking. Just you can listen, but I got to talk to myself. Hey, man, listen. The next time you go live, pay attention to what you're saying and stop looking at other things. Guys, it's kind of embarrassing that I was trying to give my introduction while I was sitting here looking at the app, and all of a sudden I realized I don't even know what I'm saying. That's embarrassing. Okay, but here we go. I'm looking at it. Okay. Okay, yes, it is on Android. Okay, so the person did make it clear. It is on Android. Now, you have to call into question the spirituality of anyone who's using an Android. You really do. I mean, it's probably clear evidence of a lack of salvation, because I don't know why you would be using an Android device. But I'm just joking. I make that joke to everyone in my church constantly about using Android devices. And part of the reason is, well, there's a lot of reasons, but when we had our standalone church app, which I so wish those we still had it, but it went away. Okay. But back when we had it, anyone who had problems with the app was always someone using an Android device. Always, constantly. And Twyla, who's a member of the church, she's also a part of the Discord group, she would constantly just tell people, somebody would be in the church going, I can't get this to work or get this to work. And she would just constantly say, get an iPhone. Just get an iPhone and you won't have those problems. So yes, I now believe all people who use Androids are not saved. Yeah, okay. I'm joking. All right, but there you have it. Even for your evil Android, this is a proof of common grace, okay? Because God has even allowed it to rain on the unjust and gives you the ability that even on an Android device, you can get biblical commentaries, probably in hopes that you will get saved. No, I'm joking. All right, so there you have it. I'm still looking at the app. That's what I'm doing. I'm still looking at the app. But I'm looking at here. Oh, they got videos. Oh, Okay, I'm looking at this. There's videos here, and I bet you this app is coming from people who are Greek Orthodox. Could be Roman Catholic. That's Greek Orthodox. That's Greek Orthodox all day. I just looked at the bottom, and wow, yeah, it's going to be Greek Orthodox. I can almost guarantee you. So that will be interesting. If you look at the very bottom of the app, you'll see the image for a Bible, then you see a thing for video, and there's these teaching videos from that. That could be, man, we could probably. Well, no, then I'd want one of those videos that we could review here. Maybe these videos are on YouTube. We'll have to see. Then there's the keep track of your favorite verses. Okay, so there's calendar, quote of the day. Oh. Okay, so kind of got a little bit of the liturgy of the hour going on when it has readings. That's interesting. And then they got settings. You can pick the version of the Bible. You can have King James, New International. You have the text size. And then you see commentaries here. Okay, and then the fathers. Oh, you can have all commentaries, Western or Byzantine, or the early fathers. You can break them all down. Yeah, all kinds of things in the settings. So look around, make the best. I'm going to try to find a way to make sure we can get good use out of it. Because here's the thing. You can have all the tools in the world. If you don't use them, they don't do much good, right? If you've got a lawnmower in the garage, but you go outside and you try to pull the grass instead of actually mowing it, it would look kind of foolish. Sometimes we have these great tools and we don't even bother to going out and trying to pull the grass. We just let the weeds grow. We don't even do anything. Use the tools that we have. And I'm going to find a way to make it, we'll do something with it to get people using it. And same with the Bible memory app, we're still going to be using that. So many tools, trying to figure out what to use and what not to use. But I think we can have a lot of fun with this. All right. There you go. Katina, let me open this back up again. I just closed the App Store. Oh, here we go. Katina, Bible and Commentaries. It's available on for iOS devices, Apple devices, and Android, and the Google Play Store. Download it, use it, and let me know what you think. To the person who suggested this, thank you so very much. And if you have any questions about this app, obviously it's free, but I don't have any connection with it. So don't say, well, look, I read this commentary and look what this church father said. This is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, well, don't blame me. Contact the church father and blame him. Okay, I can't do anything about it, right? Well, you can't contact the church father. Okay, you get the idea. In other words, just read it, not saying everything the church fathers say that we agree with. If you think that, you're out of your mind. Well, I think some people, I find it funny. Some people read the church fathers and they're like, oh, do you know what they believe? Do you know what they said? And you're like, what did you think? Where have you been? Okay. Do you think Christianity has always been the way it is today? Do you think everyone's always believed the same thing? There's been much dispute and division and debate, and Christianity has definitely changed over the century. I mean, come on. It's like you just got to be crazy if you don't realize that. But there you have it. Let's use it and see what we can learn. You can email me your thoughts, newsif@yahoo.com, or if you find something interesting, if you're just using the app and you're like, oh, this is a cool quote, or wait, I don't understand this quote, email me. Well, I'll give everyone the quote from the church father and tell them where to look, where they can look at the note for themselves, and then we'll try to figure it out. Well, we can do that as well. That's newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. All right, everyone have a great evening. I will be back on the air here shortly. Oh, there's so many things I need to do. So many things I need to. Every time I sit down here, I'm overwhelmed because I'm just looking around and I got like stacks of things I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't even know where to begin. I know what I need to do is next time I turn on the microphone, actually pay attention to what I'm saying. All right, everyone have a great one. I'll be back on the air here shortly. God bless.